What up, dog? Friday, boy. You did it. You made it through the week. Pat yourself on the back. You're a grown up. Who's the big boy? Who's the big girl? Point at yourself in the mirror. Yeah, you fucking crushed this week. And guess what day it is? 420. Don Maddie's birthday. There was some reason. I forgot the reason why they call it 420. I think it was like when cats met up at 420 to smoke or some shit. And then it just grew from there. I may be wrong. I may be right. But if you say it with enough conviction, people will believe you. You guys out there getting faded. In 9 minutes, it'll be 420 on 420, which means you got to get extra fade. You got to do that crazy bong rip or the dab. Shout out to all my weed folks. Prohibited, motherfucking G-Pen, motherfucking cream cannabis. Forgot the name of Harness, but shout out to them too. I got on the Akbari calling up about some weed shit. We're gonna talk weed on 420, because why the fuck not? You know what I mean? Why not? Seems appropriate. We used to try to talk to you guys during 420, but you fucking potheads are spacey as shit, man. You're like, hey man, what's up? And all talking all slow and shit. So we're not doing that. We didn't talk weed topic during 420. You're welcome. You are fucking welcome. This is the most non-weed smoking show in hip-hop. The only person that smokes weed is the corniest dude in hip-hop, and that's John. Didn't one of the listeners come in and give you some tree?
Yeah, nice stuff too.
Was it good?
Yeah, absolutely. I gave it to somebody who would know more about it than I do, and they said, "Yeah, this is great."
Why did you give it away?
I gave them a little bit. I just said, "Well, we were smoking." And I said, "Hey, try that."
Oh, you didn't give it to him. You just was like you smoked with somebody.
Right. I said, "What do you think about this?" Said, "This is good. They took care of you."
What do you think about this weed right here?
I didn't say it like that.
Try some of this devil's lettuce. Oh yeah.
Man, you be getting like a lot of fringe benefits from this fucking show, John. Motherfucking weed and alcohol and shit. Chris, you get any weed and alcohol?
I've gotten a little bit of weed, but not alcohol.
There you go. Shoes and shit. If it wasn't for this show, you'd be butt naked in the wilderness, John.
I'd be in trouble.
Yeah, you'd be in a real rough spot. You remember that shit.
I do.
Remember that shit every day. Remember that shit every day. We doing Feel Good Friday. Doing Feel Good Friday for y'all cats. Oh, I see it already. It's just a point. Yo, I'm telling you right now, screen out, like, it's not gonna be all potheads. Alright, you hear me?
Deal.
Good. Because they're fucking retarded. They're slow as fuck. Hello? Fucking turn down your radio. What? I can't hear myself. I love y'all weed smokers, but I love you from a distance. Don't be calling up with that bullshit. Unless you're doing coke and weed, then you can. How come there's not a National Do Coke Day? They got goddamn steak and a blowjob day. They don't got National Do fucking Snort Coke Day. Somebody, Miami, quit slipping. Fucking come up with you sons of bitches. We got any calls? Hook up my Skype, man.
It's coming.
Oh, it's coming. I'm working on it.
We've got Nick who can talk about weed.
Nick want to talk about weed? All right, Nick. Tell me about weed, Nick. Nick. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yo,
Nick.
what up, dude? Hey, I just want to
go.
tell you that I'm a pothead, and I'm driving right now. I'm in Massachusetts. I'm from Minneapolis originally, Midwest, but I live out here now, and I don't talk slow, okay? I can ramble. I'll just ramble all day. And
Yeah,
I've been smoking all day.
What you smoking on?
I'm smoking that good from California. Medical.
Which one? What is it? You don't even know the name.
Girl Scout cookie.
That's that bullshit. You smoking that bullshit, man. You need to get that Boy Scout cookie, man. You smoking that trash, bro. You smoking lawn clippings, man. Smoking that trash, son. You smoking seaweed, bro.
You don't even smoke.
Bro, you smoking a nori roll, bro. You smoking that trash, man. You need to get that Boy Scout cookie, man.
Oh, the Boy Scout cookie.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to try that.
Don't call up with that bullshit. Don't call up with that bullshit, man. Hang up on this mother. You killing my buzz, man. This is what me and Sarah used to do we used to do it every year. Every 420, we had people call up to say what they were smoking, and then we would just shit on it no matter what it was. And people kept calling up because they were so high they didn't understand. Taurus Aries cusp. Are you gonna call me or call started?
So I tried calling you, Abe.
Man, some bullshit.
We could talk to. Let's go to David in Fort Lauderdale.
Dave.
Yeah.
What up, though, Dave?
What's happening?
Man, chilling, bro. Chilling, man. You
Hey, I
getting
got
faded?
a question for you, Jude. Like,
up?
why you looking down on the weed, man? Like that.
What you smoking on, man?
Smoke on loud, regular, bitch. I smoke weed. It's
You
like
smoking that
I don't
Reggie,
do
bro?
coke. Yeah, I
you
smoke all that
Reggie.
cause I'm from the hood. Cause I ain't.
What you
I
get it
ain't
from your
putting
little
on no
sister?
show. Nigga, I
What you
smoke
get it
all
from
that
your
shit.
little sister?
Regular, it
Get
gotta
that
be
shit
weed,
back.
though, bitch.
That's
Like,
that headache shit. Smell like burnt popcorn when you smoke it, man.
Nah, it depends on who you get it from.
Bro, that shit's...
Yeah, it
You smoking
depends on who
kelp.
you get it from. But
You
anyway,
smoking kelp.
like, why you don't like weed so much, man?
Why you worried about what I like, man?
Because you emphasize
Well, you all
it so
sensitive.
much, bro. You on the like, I bet this is weed shit. Like you on that coke, like what?
I ain't on coke neither. I'm just saying coke need a day. Coke needs a day, goddammit.
Yeah, man.
Can
It's
coke
all
get a
good.
day? Can coke get a day?
Nah, boy, you on that on your own.
I don't even do that shit, but I'm just saying we need every drug needs a day. 420
drug?
for the fucking
Drug.
weed hit.
Dude, what's your drug, man?
My drug is GHB.
That's letters, man. That's not even. That's just some shit that they made in the fucking TA.
You said that's letters. Motherfucker, what is your shit? Your shit is
Marijuana.
THC.
Yeah, that's grown out the grass, bro. Like dirt in the feed.
All right, y'all, it's 420. We just missed it. It's 420. Everybody do a little fucking hit. You take a hit? My man. It's 420. Hit that shit. Yeah, buddy. Blow that shit out. You did it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Miles and Cali, go ahead. Miles.
Yo,
What up, though, man?
hey, not too much. How you doing?
Good, man. What you want to say?
The first thing I want to say is it's a good thing when homies don't know what GHB is. So give that dude some props for not knowing what that shit is. Not date raping girl.
You just,
But no, when I was...
bro, like a
What
couple people get date raped, and then suddenly it's a date rape drug. It's roofies is the one, man. It's GHB, that's for weightlifters.
I don't know, maybe I got confused there. I know
I could do mad
I know a girl
push-ups.
got that shit like that. Either way. GHB, cocaine, either way, not...
Yo, man, I've been
No,
drinking
well,
that shit forever. I can't get no chicks to date rape me, man. Like, it's been a minute.
There you go. That's how it has to work. Is you need
I'll be laying in the corner with my pants unbuttoned, waiting and shit. Nothing.
That's desperate, homie. Desperate.
So what's up, man? What you gonna say? You in San Bernardino? You in the IE?
I'm driving. I'm about to be driving through, but I just thought it was funny. I heard just yesterday that apparently there's this High Times Cannabis Cup that's supposed to be going on in San Bernardino, and they apparently didn't wait to get permits until like 3 days prior. And San Bernardino said no. They were like, we're not going to give you the permits. And so no sales of cannabis, no smoking on the premises, just trap it in the parking lot.
That's the wackest shit ever.
It's crazy, right?
That's the wackest shit ever.
And it's recreationally legal in California. But San Bernardino had to like put their foot down or something.
They don't play. They don't want y'all there, man. They don't want y'all there.
Crazy.
Well, fuck that.
Yeah,
That's some
I mean,
bullshit.
It is. You'd think they would like the revenue. You know, I've been there in previous years, and you should see the amount of money that gets spent in that town rather than just crackheads roaming around and shit, you know?
Straight up. Dirt bikes and meth heads and shit. I bet you if it was a meth fest, they let you smoke that shit in San Bernardino.
For or at GHB Fest or your
No,
cocaine
they
days?
don't. The GHB ain't fucking popular, man. So that's that low key shit. All right, man. Be well.
I couldn't help but laugh when you said that shit. Word peace.
My man, there you go. All right, we got Anna Akbari. Is she? What time she calling up? We got Anna talking. She's like talking like some real weed shit. Like we about to get like smart.
Yeah, like 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes.
Ask me a question.
Let me holler at Kim and shit.
Good.
Kim, what up?
Nada. Just celebrating 420.
Yeah, what you smoking?
Blue Dream.
Oh, that bullshit. Should be called Blue Nightmare.
No.
That's some headache shit. You smoking that fucking trash. You
No.
step your fucking weed game up.
This
You smoking that shit in the motherfucking 92 Corolla by yourself? Fucking loser.
for right now. Everybody's got to get off work.
Smoking that headache shit. You probably gotta smoke a whole ounce just to feel a buzz off that bullshit. Why don't you shove that shit up your fucking ass?
No. You ever smoked it?
Nah, man, I don't play with that shit. I be smoking that real shit, man. I'm on that green dreams, bro. You don't even know about that shit. That's that next level shit. That's that motherfucking alien motherfucking Area 52 type shit. Fuck you up, have you on another planet. You smoking that fucking trash.
No, we're all organic out here.
Yeah, you probably got that shit free with a box of Cools. Fuck out of here.
No. We got
Fuck out.
shops out here.
Yeah, okay, fuck your shots, man. Fuck that shit, girl. Bye.
Yeah,
See, I
come
told
out here.
Bye. See you. Bye. See, I told you, man. They be so high they don't even understand what I do. I tell them what I'm gonna do, and then they do it and don't understand when it's happening. That's how high they be. I be like, look, man, you're gonna call up. I'm gonna shit on whatever you're smoking, and then fuck with you, and then they do it. We make you dumb. All right. I don't want to talk to none of these cats. Shout out to Ryan, Jerry, Big Ed, Jerry. A couple Jerrys. Jay in Palm Desert out there, he's smoking all day. Jay in Miami, he's high right now. Chanel want to shout out to Potheads. Matt thinks National Coke Day should be tomorrow. And they smoking up there in Portland too. All right, it's 420. Get blaze. Lay back. Chill. Fuck with the kid. All out show. Don't go nowhere. Feel Good Friday and the news.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Oh, yeah. It's 420 and I got Anna Akbari here. She is a fucking Ph.D. author of Start Up Your Life, Hustle, and Hack Your Way to Happiness, featured in CNN, Forbes, NBC, The Atlantic, and The Economist. Woo! Welcome to the show, Anna.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Can you turn her up a little bit? Anna, you don't smoke weed, do you?
I don't, and which is kind of makes this an interesting topic for the two of us to discuss.
And I don't smoke weed neither.
I know, but I think we are both pro legalization.
I don't know if I am.
Oh, okay. Then I am excited to talk about that. At least I am, and I'm very, very interested in it from a wellness perspective. And I am not opposed to, for myself, things like beverages that have CBD or THC in it, or low dose edibles. So I've been seeing the
CBD beverages at the health food store. So that's cool.
Have you tried the CBD oil?
I drank half a bottle and overdosed on that bitch, and I started hallucinating, and I missed work.
CBD oil or from cannabis oil?
No, CBD. But if you drink a half a bottle of any of that oil, you'll fucking trip balls.
Yeah, I've been using it at night, like a dropper full, and I find that it's really nice and mellowing. I don't. But I didn't drink a half a bottle, I have to say.
All right, so here's my reason why I'm not completely for the legalization of marijuana, it's not because I want to criminalize these cats, but it's because I'm worried about big business getting into the market and fucking it up and making it harder for the little guy.
Absolutely, and that is 100% going to happen. I guess it's just which outweighs the other, and I think keeping it illegal, I mean, you look at the just hordes of mostly Black and Hispanic men that are incarcerated for either.
Play the race card.
I'm just
Look
saying,
at the hordes.
it's a significant demographic who are incarcerated, and the reason I bring that up is that they're incarcerated for possession or selling, whereas now you have all of these white dudes coming out, like, you know, former Speaker of the House John Boehner, who's now on the advisory board.
If you could please keep this, I don't want to get racial.
What I'm saying is
they don't lock up white dudes for selling weight.
I'm saying that
I just want to know.
I'm saying that I think it will be a victory when it's not only legal, but we go back and start looking at the criminal sentencing of a lot of individuals that are serving hard time for stuff that's now being celebrated.
Well, here's a problem too, though. It's like, I often see these things like, they should let this dude out of jail because it's legal now, but it wasn't legal then, so.
Well, what do you think? Do you think that there's some merit? I mean, look.
No, I don't. As much as I'm for it, like, yo, you break a law that was a law at the time, you broke the law. Like, I don't agree with the law as a bullshit law, but like,
I guess it's just,
to me that's flawed logic.
Yeah, I totally get your point. The fact that marijuana is a Schedule I drug is just. It's just such insanity that it never...
I agree with you. I agree with you on all of that, but like it sounds like emotions are speaking.
No, I think I understand your logic. I think that if people can admit, and I think some can, that the law was flawed and maybe shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Yes.
Then I think there's a place for review.
At least
there's any legal precedent for that, however,
or at least when it comes time for parole.
Absolutely, good behavior, whatever it is. I think that because here's the thing: society doesn't win when more people rot in jail. Like, that's not a win for anyone. So I don't.
But come on, let's be real. Like, this is, I mean, we're going down a dark road. We're sidetracking, but like, there's the industrial prison shit where a lot of people make a lot of money off of the war on drugs. So
absolutely.
Society, in a way, does win. There's a big chunk of society that fucking eats off of the fact that they can lock up people for drug charges.
But I guess I don't think that we are flourishing more as a whole.
I agree. It's breaking
up
families. It's fucking up families. It's breaking them up. But like, the people in charge, they don't got to be in that neighborhood. They don't even give a fuck.
And I think it's very difficult to have a conversation about marijuana and not talk about mass incarceration. So.
I was pretty good at doing it until you brought that shit up. I mean, I just wanted to talk.
We could take a different road.
I would like to talk to cats that are growing weed, and like I would like to talk to people that are growing weed and see where they land on the legalization. Are they happy with it? Like, we got a lot of growers that listen. Are you happy with the legalization? What are the problems that you're running into? If you are running into problems, or has this made it better for you? Is it dropping the price on weed?
So one thing to note that I'm sure a lot of your listeners are well aware of, in January when adult recreational use became legal in California, that changed everything because the size of the market is just so massive in California that LA alone is now the biggest cannabis market in the world. So, yeah.
You've been doing some research too, right? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so for the last 6 months, I've been doing a lot of very serious, in-depth analysis of the current and future projected state of the cannabis industry in the U.S., and I've been interviewing a lot of leaders and experts in the field in this particular industry and getting a lot of different perspectives. And in part because there are large corporations, sort of to your point, that are interested in getting in, but of course they're a bit timid right now. So there are a few sort of pioneers who are throwing their hats in the ring and others who are waiting until it's federally legal. But I've been really looking at what the trends are, where the future of cannabis looks like it's going to explode, in terms of which types of products and which demographics of users.
Is this a weird precedent that is being set where we kind of federally it's legal, but state-wise it's legal? Like this.
Well, I mean, we did. That was the same model with gay marriage, of course. So there's certainly other issues that have. But like for instance,
let's say like there's a state like Mississippi or some, or could they make it where gay marriage is illegal because they want to be? We've set a state precedent that can go against the federal law.
Right.
It could cut both ways, correct?
True. However, with it until it's federally legal, so we could make the argument for just doing it state by state, but the problem is until it's federally legal, it has to be a cash-only business for the most part. There are workarounds. There are companies that then create, like a consulting LLC, and they put a big chunk of their money into that and sort of pay themselves in creative ways. But until things can go into banks, it really stifles the industry. And you may say that's a good thing,
It's really weird because, I know of, cats that are just dealing with, they literally have warehouses with stacks of money.
Yeah.
And dudes with fucking machine guns guarding shit all the time, and they can't do shit with it.
That's right. That's the reality of the industry, even for quote unquote wholesome families. That's the way they have to operate. At least it was, somewhat until for instance until California legalized. So now there's even more gray area actually than there was before.
So is it like no banks can take their money? Is that what it is?
Right.
Can they go offshore? Can they do a trust like what the rich motherfuckers do?
Not encountered anyone who is doing that. I'm not saying that they can't or that there isn't anyone doing it, but in my research I haven't encountered anyone who's doing that. It's more about paying for a lot of stuff in cash and getting creative with what you do with the remainder of your leftover proceeds. Because a lot of these dispensaries, I've talked to people that they're like, my dispensary is doing $1 million a month.
Yeah.
$1
million a month.
You still got a lot of money left over.
And then the other thing is that you pay for anything over $10,000 with cash, and suddenly it ticks off the IRS.
Right. So that's where all this gray area comes in. And it's interesting because Jeff Sessions our current Attorney General is very, very anti-marijuana. He thinks it's the devil's.
He's not anti-marijuana. He's pro-prison complex. Let's go to fucking.
However you want to spin it, he is not on board.
That motherfucker is pro-fucking human trafficking. Let's go to Brian. He's actually a weed grower. I want to see.
Okay, cool.
Especially if you're a weed grower in Cali, you don't even need to say your fucking real name. I just want to holler at you. I want to hear how this affects you. Yo, Brian.
Yo, what's up, man?
What up, man?
Basically, little guys like me got pushed out, from all these big corps. The city makes it damn near impossible to get a permit. A permit costs like 70 racks. So, my dream was to get my own facility, but, I can't come up with 70 racks, and the landlords are charging double for square footage for rental because they just assume we got it. So I had to get a job at a legit spot. So, I'm working for a dude now. Mm-hmm. And, we got a legit 20,000 square foot facility. And it's crazy, man. The whole industry's crazy. But the whole federal thing, my pay's not documented. I'm trying to buy a house, but I can't prove what I make. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a great point with why, if it were federally legal versus just the states, there's it would help out a lot of the employees in this space as well.
It seems like it's really like this legalization of it is really killing the guys that actually started this movement.
Exactly. The guys like us that was putting our necks out on the line for years, taking them penitentiary chances to keep this culture going. And, now we're just all getting, I see a lot of guys getting pushed out that aren't as fortunate as I am to be in the right place at the right time to meet, some of these dudes with big money that are building these multi-million-dollar facilities that never touched a plant in their life. They come into this industry thinking that they could just go buy clones from anywhere and make money. And it's, a lot of these cannabis grows are going to fail. They're going to fail. Only the strong's going to survive.
Do you find it interesting, Anna, that they in a way priced out the common man with the regulations that they put on the legalization of weed essentially priced out any entrepreneur that really wants to get in. $70,000 is that's more than the median household income of an American family just to be able to start a business.
And to clarify, because
and then you're looking at monthly rent. If you got to lease a building, you're looking at least 20 stacks just for rent.
There are a lot of different licenses. It's incredibly complicated, and the $70,000 that you're quoting is for which license in particular?
The weed license.
The cultivation permit and manufacturing.
Yeah.
My next question is now can you just keep growing and then just go to a weed spot and be like, fuck that, and sell it to a dispensary, or are they not allowed to buy from you if you don't have a license?
So I'm the master grower of the spot. I just kind of deal with mostly of the growing. My other partner kind of deals with the sales, but there's like distributors that you can distribute to, and then you can distribute directly to the dispensaries.
Mm-hmm.
And then like in the county I'm in, the city's making us bag everything up in eighths.
What?
So if you sell a pound, you gotta sack that whole thing up in eighths. So we gotta sit there and pay somebody to sit there and weigh it all out, 3.5 grams, like 100.
So that's what, like 16 times 18 or 8 times. There's
like 194 eighths in a pound.
Oh my God, dude.
It's crazy. And then like on top of that, just the restrictions that they make, all the hoops they make you jump through. Like I know for sure I wouldn't have been able to do it by myself. It was a pipe dream. Mm-hmm. They make it so difficult and so hard that, you really need a team to do it. You gotta, it's crazy.
Anna, Anna, you've been studying this. What's some of are there any like shortcuts or any good ways around it for like the common man, or is it a wrap for them?
Well, California did a couple of interesting things. One, they legalized vertical integration, which means that as a cultivator, he can also get licenses to transport and to have his own dispensary. So there's no restriction that he's limited exclusively to cultivation. We could argue that expands the opportunity for entrepreneurship and growth, scaling. The other thing is that they created a 5-year buffer so that, and I think it's 1 acre, and Brian, you'd probably remember this better than me in this moment, but I believe it's 1 acre that any single farm, any grower, can't be bigger than 1 acre. Now, there's no limit to the number of licenses that you get for individual plots. So you could conceivably be the same grower and have, 10 acres. But the idea there was that it wouldn't favor these big companies coming in and saying, we're just going to buy,
That's a pretty easy loophole. That's a pretty easy thing for a giant company to get around, though, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I have heard that they're offering like like where you can share a permit, and I could come in and like lease part of a room from an already permitted grow, and you could like lease a room from someone who's already permitted, and I could run my company basically as an umbrella underneath like an already established permitted grow. And I know the county that I'm in, they're allowing that. So, I mean, that does help out the small guy, where you could just go in and rent a little room from someone who's already established, who's already got the...
What did you prefer? What did you prefer, man? Just out of curiosity.
I'm sorry?
What did you prefer, the old way or the new way? Like,
both has its cons and negatives, to be honest. I mean, I miss being my own boss. It's a lot of stress, where I'm responsible for 6 flower rooms. Every flower room's worth $250,000, and it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress.
we got I think Jonna calling from LA. Go ahead, Jonna.
Hey, John. Guys, I would just want to say, a big problem that I know. I'm a grower, and I have a license to carry across state lines. But one instance I had was that, they have, depending on the state you in, they can charge you extra taxes. And, it can be credited from hundreds, and then I can cross another state and it'd be a couple grand. And a lot of times, in order for me to avoid really, going to jail or something based on, their laws, I had to pay that cash ASAP. So that required me to carry, a lot of money on me.
Mm-hmm. So you basically you have to pay, you were kind of breaking up. So for you to transport marijuana, you got to pay per state, and every state goes up and down in price. Almost like a bribe, basically.
Yeah. And I didn't really, look into it more, but I don't know if that was really what, if they were supposed to do that or not, because it was really basically on, a cop for somebody, if they know for a fact, they're like, oh, well, we need this amount of money. If not, based on our law, we can't allow you to sell any of that marijuana.
Are you familiar with that?
I'm having trouble hearing her a little bit, but it varies significantly from state to state right now.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like until it's federally legal, a lot of companies are not even trying to do business between states because it's just too difficult. It's too complicated. You can't cross state lines. And so they're focusing wherever they think they can maximize their dollars. And California right now is where a lot of that is happening. It is worth noting that Canada will be federally legal as of July. So, and they've been medically legal for a long time, but there are a lot of kind of weird small rules there. So a lot of stuff is sent in the mail. I believe the oils are illegal there. So it's sent direct to the customer. So again, it's a whole different game there. But some U.S. entrepreneurs in the cannabis industry are weighing, do I go to Canada and try to innovate in that market and scale there, or do I just focus on California? And from my research, a lot of people are saying I'm going California because they really think that California is going to set the tone for the way it will eventually be when it's federally legal. And actually, Senator Chuck Schumer just today introduced legislation for federal legalization.
Where are you seeing the money coming from?
Right now, who's investing the big money?
Yeah.
It's interesting. So the big company to watch in California is MedMen. Are you familiar with that one?
No, what's MedMen?
So MedMen is a vertically integrated company. If you pay attention in places like LA, they have a really amazing ad campaign going on right now. They have a URL associated with it, so it's called forgetstoner.com, and the whole agenda is to destigmatize it and change the narrative. And they have, a grandma and kind of her bio and why she's into it. You have an entrepreneur, you have a law enforcement officer, etc. And MedMen's interesting because it was not started by a legacy marijuana person. It was started by this guy, Adam Bierman, and he was a business guy. And he did not get into it with tons and tons of money. He actually got into it consulting on a project, and I'm sure people within the marijuana industry have realized this. There are a lot of people who have absolutely been doing incredible things in the industry, but a lot of them are not necessarily savvy business people. And he recognized that and has raised a ton of money to innovate in the space as a result. Again, he did not come in as a corporation. He was a savvy business person doing it. So I guess that's kind of
where did he raise the money from?
He raised a fund. He raised a massive, I forget how much.
Like a Kickstarter?
Like on steroids. His current fund that he's raising, I believe, is $250 million, and he is raising that from lots of like private equity and high net worth individuals, et cetera. But that is not where he started. He started with small dispensaries. So do you hate
But he's
him
a
for that?
business guy. No, I'm not. It's you guys are. It's kind of crazy. See, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm just like. I think everything comes at a price, and the price that the weed cats are going to be paying is you'll be able to smoke your weed without being paranoid, but big business is going to fucking take their bite. Do you see people going underground? Another group of people going underground to continue growing and not have to get the fucking license and just serving cats?
Well, certainly in other states, where it's not yet legal, that's still happening. In California, there's this kind of weird grace period right now where they're not regulating on all of the licenses. Now, certainly there would be some people that could call in and say, someone cracked down on me, but it's sort of at the discretion of a lot of different local and federal law enforcement, and that's the other thing. Federal law enforcement can come in certain ways, and then you have local law enforcement, and sometimes they have very different agendas, especially because at the state level, this is going to bring in an enormous amount of tax money, huge tax money. So
much needed,
it has
too.
Bipartisan support, in part because of that.
Yeah, we going broke out here in Cali.
Maybe weed will save us all.
888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. Anna Akbari's here. She did how many pages did you did? Like a 300-page thing on this shit?
Yeah. I'm working on the last of the 300 pages now. It's a big report, and I'm proud of the research in the sense that we are really talking to the people who, honestly, they're not just getting in there now. Like, they've been advocates and they've been in this game for a long time. And then you bring up this question of, like, what is legacy? Do you have to have been in it for 2 decades? Or is it okay if you got in it in the last decade and you've been really savvy and now these people are exploding because they're finding the niche areas in the market? Like, for instance, distribution. California is going to have a distribution system, which is different than a lot of the other states. And right now, that distribution also largely needs security. So secure distribution, there's big money in that. So you see law enforcement officials actually transitioning into that.
So that's another thing to think about. Like during the gold rush, that's where Levi Strauss made all his money. Mm-hmm. He provided the canvas and started selling dungarees. So there's going to be there'll be peripheral ways for cats to make money off of this weed shit.
Absolutely, and you know what? There are a lot of companies that are either new companies or existing companies that are getting in the game without ever touching product. So, for instance, HP, the tech company, is developing point-of-sale software. So it'll make it easier to legally comply with within each transaction. They don't ever have to touch product. Or you have Ease, which is a startup based in California, but their whole claim to fame is that they never touch product. What they do is they're basically an online platform.
Well, they like drop ship.
Yeah, they connect consumers with existing dispensaries. So all they provide is that tech intermediary. So there's plenty of ways to innovate.
All right, let's go to the phone lines. We got we'll take Andrew, then we'll take Andrew in New Jersey, then Adrian in Detroit. You up next. All right, Andrew, what's up, bro?
Yeah, hey, so this concept that the banks are not able to take these marijuana dispensaries and growers and all that kind of stuff is very real, but it's because the way the law is written, there are some challenges related to how banks have to handle it.
Because they're federal, right?
What's that?
The banks are federal.
They're all federal, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the banks are federal, right? They're FDIC insured, all that kind of stuff. So part of the problem for them is essentially they can't touch the money from it.
Right.
So what ends up happening, and on top of that, it gets even more complicated. So you're talking about the guy who's got the warehouse full of cash, and he's got security guards outside watching the money. Well, technically, if the bank finds out that those security guards are touching the money, they can't be banked either, because anybody who profits under the law directly or indirectly from the growth and distribution of a controlled substance like marijuana is also violating the law as written.
Hey, you know how to scrub some of this? You know how to wash some money, Anna? Did you look into that?
I haven't gotten to that chapter yet.
You the banker, you the Ph.D. here. How they scrub this motherfucking money?
Look, it has to be federal. One interesting
car
thing,
washes. We doing like car washes and beauty salons.
Get it real clean.
Barbershops. What we doing? Yeah.
I mean, one interesting alternative is blockchain. And of course, that gets into cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. But not all blockchain is Bitcoin.
And that's pretty volatile too, though.
It's volatile. Well, Bitcoin is, blockchain is not. So I would differentiate those two. And what's cool about blockchain from a cannabis perspective is that blockchain allows there to be a marker at every single step. So when you're tracking, when it's seed to sale tracking, which is what California is implementing, so that they're at every single step, so there's a ledger, and everyone knows what that record was.
Is this going to drive up the price?
Actually, no. It's the opposite. It's prices are going down.
Prices are going down.
Yeah, prices are going down, not up.
Because the risk, because part of drugs, you're paying for the risk.
I think it's the risk. I think there's also
the market is flooded.
More people in the game. Like there's a lot of economic reasons why the price. You'll be able to get increasingly better marijuana at a lower price.
All right, yo, John, could you dump Jared? We moved on from that. The herbal connoisseur, we moved on from that. Let's go to Adrian in Detroit. Go ahead, Adrian.
Jude, what's up, man?
What up, though, man? Go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to touch on the topic. So in Michigan here, we're not quite where California and Colorado is in terms of legalization. As of January, Michigan just introduced a commercialization law. So now companies can apply to 3 different licenses, a 500, a 1,000, and a 1,500 plant grow, all different price ranges, obviously. So
what do the price ranges go from? Like, where they start at?
Cheapest in Michigan right now is $10,000 for the lowest license, all the way up to $250,000 for the biggest facility that you can get, the 1,500 plant. And there's also separate for transporting and delivery and all that, dispensary and whatnot. So what we're trying to decide is whether we should sit back and wait for all these other people to apply and see if they get approved or denied, because you have to pay out that fee before you even get considered. So you can get approved or denied and you still lose that money. So we're kind of waiting for things to iron out, letting these, the bigger, so quote-unquote bigger players in the game get their money out there and see what happens with them before we dive in.
You see why I just have this distrust of the government, Anna? Do you understand why? Do you see what I'm saying now? Like, I'm so fucking, why I'm so like, ugh. Like,
I understand. I think that
it's rigged. The game is rigged. The guys that stacked up their money, they can't even take the $250,000 that they might have in a warehouse to go fucking do it, because they're gonna be like, where'd the money come from? So the only person that's gonna be able to pay that money is who?
I don't
people with that
you.
money.
I think the challenge is both alternatives are very imperfect, and it's just about deciding which is better in the long run for the largest majority of people.
I don't know. There's somebody actually from Denver which is legal, and he's growing illegally. I'd love to hear what he's got to say. Lex, what up?
Yo. So in Colorado here, basically every resident is allowed to have 12 plants, no matter what. You don't have to get a license or anything for that. Just be an in-state resident. But you can get your medical card and then apply for the increased plant count at the doctor's office. Basically, there's just, the weed doctors. And they could allow you or prescribe you can grow 100 plants, or there's different plant counts you can get allowed to grow. And I mean,
so you're growing illegally?
The only reason you need, well, technically it's
explain
legal
it to me.
because, well, if you get the increased plant count for whatever condition you have, it's legal to grow, but
you
people
can't
are shipping it out. USPS people are coming to Colorado to pick it up. People are selling it in Colorado to other people, all on the underground. I probably know more people on the underground than I do that are actually legally in it.
And look, I think that's going to continue for a long time, even if there's federal legalization. I don't foresee that disappearing anytime soon. So don't worry about that, Jude.
Cool.
But they still dirty. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Like they're still dirty. It's almost like the legalization of marijuana for corporations that want to get into it, and the consumer that wants to smoke it.
I have to tell you, there are very, very few corporations that are getting involved just yet. Very, very few. They're still incredibly timid about it. Constellation Brands is a large beverage conglomerate. They own, the Corona brand, amongst many others. And they invested last year in a Canadian cannabis company, and they were pioneers. And I can tell you, all the other beverage companies are paying attention. Alcohol is totally paying attention, but right now they are not all throwing money at it. So there is a window right now where if you are an entrepreneur or if you're a legacy person, I would be teaming up with, if you're not a savvy business person, team up with someone, find your niche, find where you can start profiting, because I do not believe it's all corporations now or will be in the very near future. Long term, possibly, but there's a lot of money to be made in the short term by the small guys.
Let me get even more specific. Not just even corporations, but we're gonna see a lot of money dudes from New York and shit like that, business guys that were not in the weed business that are gonna probably take advantage of this and outperform a lot of y'all weed motherfuckers because they know how to do business.
Absolutely. I mean, seriously, once I saw that John Boehner, who his quote was that he always swore he was unalterably opposed as Speaker of the House, right, for like a decade, and now he's the face and on the advisory board of a big cannabis company. Like, once they start seeing the dollar signs, suddenly their moral qualms with cannabis disappear.
It's amazing what campaign contributions will do to an opinion. It is amazing.
Yes, it is. I totally agree. We mentioned alcohol. I think it's also good to mention the other industries that are going to be disrupted by cannabis. First of all, millennials, and specifically, just to stay on alcohol for a second, millennials and specifically 18 to 25-year-olds prefer cannabis to alcohol. That's big. And beer is the number one thing that is starting to and has already
take a hit.
To suffer.
What about pharmaceuticals?
Pharmaceuticals, big time, and it will come as no surprise. I'm no huge fan of the pharmaceutical industry, and it will be no surprise to you that they have largely been fighting it because, of course, you can't patent natural compounds. So, and cannabis has a long history of being, medicinally beneficial. So when natural product is available legally and can be used in place of a lot of the drugs that they would be selling, that's a huge threat to their industry. They've also been developing synthetic marijuana drugs, and of course legalization of the natural product is an affront to that. So let me jump in. So that's how they make their money off of, they will make something patented and then they'll make a synthetic, I think. Okay. I also think there are some, I know, I forget which company got in on it, but I think some pharmaceutical companies are, doing the smart thing and looking to buy into the business, and developing product through cultivators, etc. So I think there's going to be two different angles: the synthetic, and then pharmaceuticals just investing in this space. I think it's a notable statistic that in states where marijuana is medically legal, we've already seen 25% fewer opioid-related deaths. That's a big number.
888-742-3345. Let's play a song. We'll finish up with Anna Akbari. We're talking about weed, where it's going, where it's been, what your possibilities are. You a grower, call up. You a user, call up. You got a dispensary, call up. 888-742-3345. All Out Show 420, boy.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
745, we are back. I got Anna Akbari. She's done like a 200-page report on marijuana, where it's going, and she's doing it for the cats that are looking to invest in it. So marijuana is it legal now in LA or in California?
It's totally legal, but even though it's totally legal, there's still a lot of gray area because it's not federally legal.
Because it's not
and that makes
federally
it
legal.
complicated.
Yeah, so you can do it, but you can't do shit with the money.
Exactly. We want you to all be using and making money, but I hope you have a big, fat, cave under your house where you're going to store it.
Yeah. It almost becomes I imagine it's almost like a burden. All that fucking money. You're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this shit?
I mean, that's something that I've been asking these companies, these entrepreneurs that are really successful, and like I said, they're finding creative workarounds, but it's not a straightforward process. Employees are paid in cash, first of all.
There it is. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. If I'd like to talk to some cats that actually are. Chris, let's go to Chris in New York.
Hello.
What up, though, man?
Hey, Chris.
How you doing, Jude? What's going on, brother? Just got a couple of questions about. I need to know, like, how can I purchase one? Where can I? What website, or how can it? Just how can I purchase a dispensary?
Where in LA?
Yeah, in LA or even closer to New York City.
Well, it's state by state is the problem.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what New York's laws are.
Yeah.
Right. No, I don't. They don't have it here, but I know in like Jersey, they were talking about it, or I think it's legal now.
Check out Weed Maps. Weed Maps is a good place to start if you're looking to, for where can you purchase things locally.
He's trying to buy one. I don't know, bro. Like
buy a dispensary?
Yeah, I think calling us up asking about it is a bad place to start.
All right.
Because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, yeah, good luck to you, but yeah, like that is not you starting on the wrong foot.
I would say, yeah, you walk into a place and you start getting to know the business and ask them if it's for sale or start your own.
Jamar in Philly, what up, Jamar?
Happy Friday. So I went to hemp staff, got certified to work in a dispensary, any one of the processing plants. But in Philly, they want you to have at least $1 million in the bank. Your security has to be up to snuff. And I think a lot of the misconception is that people just think if you get approved, you could just have what's called flowers in your establishment, but it doesn't work like that. But my largest hurdle is how the hell to get $1 million from a bank to say, hey, I'm going to open up a dispensary or whatever. No one's really touching that.
Mm-hmm.
Jamar, did you go to business school? Do you have any business connects? Do you have any?
Now, let me tell you, though, Jude, though, I did locally started a fund. I went to a few guys who I know couldn't afford it. And my fear is that so the application process, you have to have, with your application, $20,000. Not a problem. But after that, if I get approved, it has to be approved by the, what do they call these people? The application people. So they want it centralized or accessible to public transportation, but you have to have great security, and there's no cash. You know, it's just so many hurdles.
What about previous arrests and stuff like that? Is that a strike against you? Because it seems like if you're in the weed business, you might have had some arrests under your belt.
Well, Judy, good thing for me, I'm an Aries, and I haven't seen the inside of anyone's prison since watching Oz.
There you go. I just was saying speculating, not just you. I mean anybody. Is that a ding against some honor?
Well, yeah, it's definitely you definitely can't have any like felonies or any crazy shit like that, you know. But I see, because my wife is in the medical field and we have discussions about. I'll basically be joking because I'll be high, but she's like, no, you know, a lot of the people that she serves, you know, a lot of them are seeking alternatives to taking medications because of the way it makes them feel. And the research is showing that, you know, alternative medications such as cannabis is very beneficial. To find a doctor who's willing to write you a script. And there's not too many doctors here in Philadelphia, let alone Pennsylvania, who's on that wave of this type of medication. Because, of course, a lot of these people already have, like, drug reps from Pfizer and whatever, you know, that come out to, you know, sell them drugs to give to their, or not sell them, but, you know, introduce them to drugs to give to their patients. And marijuana, unfortunately, is not one of them, or cannabis. You know, although the study is there.
Thank you, Jamar. Let's go to Felix, who's actually a patient and caregiver. Go ahead, Felix.
Yes, sir. How you doing there, Jude?
Good, bro. Go ahead,
How you
man.
doing, Anna?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm a patient and caregiver in the state of Maryland. And as a patient, you're allowed to carry 120 grams of flour and 36 grams of extract. Now, me, myself, I go out and travel. I go across the country. I've been out to Seattle. I've been to Denver, studying and learning, because education is key. I mean, with so many different types now, it's not like back in the day when you had, like, you know, a couple of strands. Now you got thousands upon thousands, and everybody is crossbreeding and everything else. You need to know what's going on in your body.
Let me ask you something, Felix. Felix, let me jump in. Are you actually helping people with medical problems, or are you just selling
No,
trees?
people with medical problems.
Okay,
People with
all
medical
right.
problems.
That
Each caregiver is allowed to have up to 5 patients. Each patient is allowed to have up to 2 caregivers.
What are some of the things that you're treating?
Some of the people have different disorders where they get the CBD, CBN, and CBG, or CBDA. You get some people that have chronic pain,
got the whole alphabet.
insomnia, where they need the THC or THCA. And you got to be able to tell people the different types and what they do, and different ways to take it in, whether it's with a dipstick for dabbing instead of using a torch. That's one of the things that you got to teach people.
Well, education is absolutely huge, and you know, you were talking about how many different varieties there are. There are 113 different cannabinoids, and they each have their own unique properties. It's not just, you know, weed is in like one big lump. It's incredibly nuanced and varied, and a lot of people have had bad experiences with either a bad product or high doses, especially from homemade edibles, you know, where you're getting like just way too much, and it's having a very adverse effect. And so one of the pluses of legalization is we're seeing more low dose, you know, controlled offerings. So, and that's increasing the number of people that are willing and eager to be users.
Yo, Alex, what up, though? Let's go to Alex.
Hey, you guys were touching on it earlier, but I just wanted to say about how it can affect communities in a positive way. Just north of me, there's a town of like 6,000 people where they had 2 dispensaries in California before it became, you know, it was legal for medical use before it became recreational. Right. And that town was profiting like $350,000 a year in taxes for this community. I mean, building sidewalks and parks and everything. So, in a sense, for communities, it can be profitable. That's all I wanted to say.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you.
And it will continue to be so as it becomes legal in more states and federally, for sure.
All right, let's. We got 2 calls, and we'll get done. We got Paul in Kentucky. Go ahead, Paul.
What's up, Jude? I love the show, man.
Thanks, bro. Go ahead.
I just want to say, like, all these people are talking about licenses. I was in Humboldt County for a while, and I just say fuck the government. Don't pay any licenses, don't pay any, just do it how we used to do it. To me, change is too much. The government always wants their hand in the pockets. And I just say, if you're going to take that risk, take that risk.
How's you scrubbing the money?
Yes, sir. I mean, if you're going to get paid, you're going to get paid. You're not going to get paid by working with the government. And where I'm from in Louisville, it's called snitches. but it's a new game nowadays. You know that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's almost like right now I feel like I'm talking to like a dinosaur. Like it's done. It's I understand what you're saying, but it's gonna be. I'm interested to see where it is going. What it's gonna do. Let's go to Kyle in North Hollywood.
How you doing, Jude?
Go ahead, bro.
Love the show, man. Love the show. How you doing, Anna?
Hey.
I used to work in the club and work real closely with a boss who had a license. I just want to kind of correct. That's not true. If you do have a record, you can get a license. My owner, who had a license, medical license, was a felon, crack felon. He went to prison and got a license. We were raided, a couple years back. Obviously, things have changed. Everyone's talking about, and he still has his license. His license tied to his social. Things have definitely changed, and I want to, comment on his comment. He said, don't work with the government. As long as you're paying your taxes, it's not a problem, but it's definitely about a money front. I wish I read an article about the guy up in Colorado who got his whole state basically out of debt. I don't know, what the government's problem is. They know what it is. Just go for it, They're just trying to make it bad thing. As much drugs are out in the street right now. Everyone's doing it already. Tax it, legalize it. Simple as that,
I'm glad you corrected that because that also reminds me to that point. Oakland is a really interesting community to look at and how they're specifically trying to champion a lot of people that do have criminal records as a result of weed and drugs, and they're working with them to develop, help them to develop new startups and become entrepreneurs in the space. So, and as a result, bring in money into the community.
Well, there you go.
Exactly.
All right. Well, hopefully, hopefully it's not all doom and gloom the way I'm seeing it.
It's not, dude. I swear.
It's not gonna be like fucking Target brand fucking weed.
I mean, look,
full of
that's gonna exist
pesticides.
Eventually, it will exist eventually, for sure, but not tomorrow, and not in the very short term. It won't.
Good. What is your in closing? What are your predictions after your all the research?
Well, I think that in the next 10 years, I think the 10-year mark is really the one to watch. I think you're going to see a lot of cannabis lifestyle stuff coming up, but not the old school stoner image. I think you're going to see cannabis lifestyle from like a luxury perspective. I think you'll see some celebrities endorsing certain brands and strains. So I think it will go mainstream in those ways, and I believe it will be federally legal in at least the next 6 years, though I could see it happening sooner than that.
There you go. Anna Akbari, Ph.D., the fucking professor, author extraordinaire.
If anyone wants to continue the conversation, find me online at Anna Akbari on, Instagram.
Tell them how to spell that shit. They not ethnic.
ANNAAKBARI. I have to say, dude, it's really made me a little sad that I haven't gotten to stare into your crystal blue eyes during this conversation.
Take a swim in my blue eyes. Take a swim, Anna. Take a swim. And if you want to hear more from Anna, you can also check out Startup Your Life, Hustle, and Hack Your Way to Happiness is her book. She's doing it right. I think I don't know, would you spend like 2 months in Bali just fucking crushing it?
I spent a total of 4 months there, actually.
Yeah, she went to Bali and did work from Bali.
Yeah.
Think outside the box.
Yeah.
The world's bigger than our block, y'all. It's bigger than our block. We can get the fuck out of here. Anna, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
All right, happy 420, y'all. That was like the business version of it. Now go smoke some fucking tree. Now that we ruined your fucking buzz with all that legal talk. Now go fucking smoke some weed on 420, you motherfuckers. Let's go.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
All right, y'all. Listen up. Airing Saturday, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on Shade 45, Channel 45, and on your phone or at home on Sirius XM, connected devices and speakers. You can hear Eminem's set recorded live from Coachella on his channel. That's this channel, okay? On this motherfucking channel. Eminem, Coachella. 421 at 5 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune in. Not everybody can afford to fly across the country to watch Eminem, but you can afford Sirius. You got it right now. Listen. That's our special. That's a little special shit. That little one of a kind type shit that we offer you here at Sirius. Thank you. You're welcome. You are welcome. Make sure you tune in. Eminem set. It's bananas. 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. That's Saturday. Make sure you hear that shit. Boy.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
Shade 45. Did you miss any of the show? You can go to Sirius.com/All Out Show. Did you miss your chance on getting a fucking limited edition vinyl? Well, guess what? It's on Amazon now. There is 1,000 copies. That's it. Of the Hyena vinyl. Did you love Hyena? Was that your shit? Well, go to Amazon, cop the motherfucking vinyl. Listen to it. Listen to my sultry voice telling you disgusting stories, or you could just hang that bitch up on the wall, or you could do both. Also, fucking, the book is still out, Hummingbird. If you ain't get it yet, what the fuck you waiting on? Also, follow at All Out Show on everything. And if you have any questions, just DM at All Out Show based on the show. If you need to talk to me, go to at One More Jude. At One More Jude. I did White People Wednesday. It's surreal because I was I invented White People Wednesday, and other people do that shit too and just kind of run with it. And then yesterday someone tagged me, was like, you are on someone else's White People Wednesday. And that was like Inception. It was like when you fucking, it was like meta. It was meta. You can go check out my Instagram at One More Jude. You can see the video, and then there's a link to the full thing. Follow Jimmy the Jew. That's it. Let's play some music, come back with the news.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
And now, it's time for News from the Chin with John Z. Matthews.
The super magician David Copperfield, he has now been... Sorry.
You want to try that again? Okay, try it again.
The super magician...
And now, wait, I got to open it up. And now, news from the big ass chin with John Z. Matthews.
So the super magician David Copperfield, he's now been forced to reveal the secret of this vanishing trick. He's being sued by this British guy that got hurt during it.
How'd he get hurt?
He fell. So it is during this Lucky 13 illusion. This was back in 2013. And the guy Well, I'll just explain the trick first.
Yeah, break it down for me. This is very confusing.
As you know, he's got these big stage tricks, and so he pulls these people out of the audience, and then after the curtains obscure the participants, flashlight-carrying stagehands guide them off stage and through a dark, hidden passageway that winds around various parts of the area. And at one point, they exit and then re-enter the building. Eventually, they re-enter the theater at the back, and everyone's surprised. But what happened was when they were
You
down.
just gave away the trick.
I know that's lame. I know it's like I broke the code there.
Yeah.
Well, he was forced to do it. The judge said, "Hey, you got to tell us how this is happening."
Why didn't he just settle?
He can afford it.
Yeah, why don't you just fucking be like, here's, man, take some money, and I'm not going to tell y'all how to do the trick. When did the dude fall? Like, during the fucking passage when he was walking around the building?
Yeah, they're saying that the guy, Gavin Cox, he's saying the passageways were filled with dust and debris, and he fell during the dash, was taken to the hospital with a dislocated shoulder. You know, suffers from chronic
pain. You can relocate that shit. What else?
And now doctors are saying that they found a lesion on his brain, and his medical bills are totaling more than $400,000.
A lesion on his brain?
I don't know. Maybe.
From the fall?
That's what they're saying.
Huh. All right. David Copperfield owns his own island. How much he settle for?
Well, he's not settling yet. I mean, this is still in the court. So he's got $800 million as a net worth, apparently.
God fucking damn.
He's a magician.
Doing tricks.
He's a magician.
Yeah, but like the guy works like a motherfucker. He does like 2 shows a day. Like somebody look up David Copperfield's fucking his god. He works so fucking much in Vegas. All of those performers, it's like they're printing money. You go to Vegas, they're like, oh, they're washed up. Like, no, that's where you make all your money.
Seriously.
Have you seen Britney Spears? Have you seen her Instagram?
You know, I don't spend a lot of time
She looks
there.
crazy as hell. She's like fucking tan as fuck, paid out of her goddamn mind, and she just does like fake runway shit where she walks up and down her hallway wearing new clothes like she's on the runway. It's the weirdest shit ever.
Why the hell are you watching that?
My homegirl watches it. She made me watch like 4 of them. I was like, all right, damn, dog, this shit is crazy. Wow, does it look like I'm the kind of guy that would like check in on Britney Spears? We literally had to Google who Taylor Swift was for me yesterday. Like, come on, man. Come on. I don't know, bro. If I had that much money, I'd have just fucking broke that dude off. Been like, here, man, just take this dough. I don't need people to know. We don't need to go to court. Let's just settle.
Make it go away.
But he's like, fuck it. I got enough tricks where I don't even need to fucking... I can get rid of this one, or I got enough of these rednecks are coming in from fucking Nebraska where they don't know what the fuck is going on.
If you were given a free ticket to one of his shows, would you go? Does this interest you?
I love magic shows.
Really?
Except for I hate the Magic Castle. But I saw Penn and Teller. Penn and Teller was the shit.
Right.
And then when I was taking the plane out here, there was this documentary I watched called Dealt. This dude was a card mechanic. It wasn't even a magician. He just was a beast with cards. He was a cheat. He could do anything. He could do anything with cards. Anything. Like, it was fucking bananas. And then it turned out he was blind. Boom. Like that was like the next level. You're like, what? This dude was a fucking beast. A master. Like the grand wizard of card tricks. He'll put the card anywhere, any card anywhere, anytime. Like, I was just sitting there amazed. I wanted the flight to be like 10 minutes longer so I could finish the fucking film. I didn't want to land. I was like, come on, man. So yeah, I like magic and all that shit.
Well, like you said, David Copperfield, he works 24 days next month at the MGM Grand.
That's a lot, bro.
He gets 7 days off.
It's 24 days. Does he do one show per day, or is it?
Yeah, he does one show every night.
Wow.
And it shows his only days off are it's May 15th through the 21st. And then the rest of the days he's on.
Straight, bro. Straight. John, you be working that much, bitch.
I'm not Not a bro.
You're not as talented as him, so look at it.
That's clear. That much is clear. But when you were...
What's that? What were you going to say?
No, when you were a kid, did you ever watch his specials when he sort of made the Statue of Liberty disappear and that kind of thing? Did that impress you back then?
Nah, none of that shit.
No.
You know what? Like, none of the shit where they do it with fucking editing and stuff like that, that ain't like...
Yeah, it sucks.
TV magic, it ain't that sweet to me. Like, Chris Angel, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm like, ooh, wow, edit, wow, crazy. But like, if I'm sitting right there watching a motherfucker do some magic, I went to the Magic Castle one time. It was so depressing. This dude had to keep saying this is my birthday to get people. His shit was so whack. Nobody was clapping. He was like, come on, it's my birthday. It was just pathetic. I was like, man, you need to hang it up. You need to hang it up. Go to a trade school or fucking, I don't know. Move back home. Get a job at the gas station. Simple life. Good magicians are awesome. Bad magicians are fucking the worst. Penn and Teller, the shit. I co-sign them. I co-sign.
Are they still out there performing? Penn and Teller?
I don't know. Penn is kind of like political and shit. He be like riding for fucking freedom of speech and the Second Amendment and shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he don't get Penn. That's the only time I ever see Penn and Teller now. I don't know if they perform anymore.
They perform at the Rio still.
Wow,
still at the Rio. That was the show I saw him at. That was when I was doing Vegas Vampires.
Vegas Vampires. I've got to see that.
Vegas Vampires. I got killed mad early. And part of the reason was like, man, that was so stupid. I always wanted to do fucking B movies from the hood, and then my dumb ass went and smashed one of the producer's girls. And they never asked me back again. This little Cuban chick. You live, you learn. Pussy was good though, but not good enough to not be in no more movies and get killed off real quick. And then on the flip side, the girl that was supposed to die with me, she started fucking the director, and that bitch lived all the way to the end of the movie.
Ugh. That was a mistake.
She probably got the nerve to say to me too now. You know what I mean? Bitch fucked her way to the end of the movie. All right.
There are some deals for 420, which is today.
Yay.
And there are a bunch of places that are offering up specials and things like that. So something called Hop Daddy Burger Bar, which there are some here in L.A.
Hop Daddy Burger Bar.
Never even heard of it.
I think there was one on Sunset, and if that was the one, check and see somebody. If it's on Sunset, that shit is trash. If it ain't on Sunset, my bad.
So you're just slamming Hop Daddy Burger Bar?
I went to one. I think that was the one I went to. Is there one on Sunset?
I'm looking at the one that says there's one on Playa Vista.
Nah, ain't the one. All right, so it ain't Hop Daddy Burger Bar. That was trash. It was some other shit that had a corny name like that. So what are they doing?
They've got a high roller burger for today, and it's a taco
high roller.
Get it?
Yeah.
Taco seasoned beef patty, pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, Cheetos, ketchup, Cool Ranch. This sounds awful. Cool Ranch fries, all between 2 hemp seed buns.
That's lame.
All right, but there's some other things.
Hemp seed bun. They lost me a hemp seed bun, and then I don't know where the ketchup. Something about the ketchup and all that shit sounds weird, doesn't it? It's like it was taco flavoring, and then they want ketchup.
Pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, flaming hot Cheetos ketchup. What?
All right. That makes more sense.
And you'll have some cookie dough on the side.
Damn, dog. That's some real pothead shit.
Hooters, in honor of the sequel to Super Troopers 2, Hooters is offering special snozberry sauce that can be accompanied with its smoked wings, both of which will be delivered for free if you order $15 worth via DoorDash today.
I guess Hop Daddy is a Texas chain, and it's very good. So there you go. I was wrong. It was something else. So Hooters is losing money because the millennials don't go there. So they're trying anything. They're trying anything. Hooters used to be cool when, like, it was hard to see titties. But now, like, I can literally Google titties right now and just look at them. Like, kids don't give a fuck about that shit no more. And I think them youngins are afraid to holler at chicks in person anyway. Titties. Google that shit. Image. Yep, I'm looking at them right now. Them titties, though. Mm-hmm.
Will you ever go into a Hooters ever again in your life, do you think? Can you see that?
Last time I went to a Hooters, it was in Flint. And it was bleak.
Oh.
It made me, I was good on Hooters for a while. I was like, I'm good on this place. And they all got this game, like the chicks will run, they all got the game where they'll pull up a chair and sit down next to you like they're all buddy-buddy. And they're wearing the fucking orange leggings, the weird Band-Aid colored leggings and shit. We used to go to Hooters all the time back in the day and always lie and say it was someone's birthday so we could stand on a chair and yell.
Stand on a chair and yell?
Yep, shout out to my boy Walt. And Los. We used to do that shit all the time. All right, that was a stupid story. Give me something better.
Fine.
This is burger.
Well, just so you know, Lyft has a deal too, so you can get a code and get some sort of deal with Lyft. If you're
Lyft, sometimes I like them and sometimes I hate them. They're always fucking, they do every fucking holiday, but some of them holidays be the goddamn virtue signaling. They're always trying to show you how fucking woke they are. It's like, bitch, you a goddamn capitalist business just like everybody else. Shut the fuck up. Try to catch a cab. They got rainbows all over them bitches. I'm like, man, just fucking bring me a goddamn car, dog, please. I don't want to think about fucking social justice. Just give me a fucking car so I can go to the goddamn bar. You asshole.
All right, in somewhat related news here, I've got a list of some weed strains for mind-blowing sex. If you want to hear
Hey, there you go.
All right. So it looks as though
I'm going to start with magic, then go into food, then I'll hit him with the sex real hard.
What'd you do? Just shuffle this shit and fucking, hey, what? Throw it in the air?
The hell?
Just grab at it any way you want?
Seemed to make sense at the time.
Well.
But.
All right, tell me about the weed for mind-blowing sex. What's the best strand to get to smoke?
All right, so they're saying
just the best one there, John. Just the best.
Okay, indica strain like Yumboldt could be good for intimate, snuggly sex as it boosts relaxation and happiness levels.
There you go.
And to help with nerves, weed-centric media outlet Herb recommends indica strains like Northern Lights as well as hybrid strains like Equal Balance of... Oh, they just get into some real details here. But for more energetic boning, green crack. That's what it says. That's actually what it says. Green crack, energetic boning.
It's called green crack energetic boning?
No, it's for energetic boning.
Oh, okay.
Try your green crack.
Smoke that green crack.
You don't smoke, but I can tell you, when I masturbate and I'm high, it's awesome. I swear to you, I fucking did it last week and I was like, yep, that's why I do this. It's good. And I'm being dead serious. So that's my recommendation for tonight.
That's what we're here for. Are you gonna smoke before you go fuck the girl with the goddamn G cap?
No, I would get confused and sort of I would get two in my head. I can't do that.
Have you talked to him about it more?
Yeah, I have.
What's up? Where are we at with it?
So it looks like next Saturday I'll be traveling to go do that. There was some.
What area you got to go to?
What is it? Glendora, I think.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
That's by me.
Great.
Oh, you got a fucking Inland Empire, bitch. I'm just playing. They got bad chicks out there.
But I mean, the story is a little stranger, and I don't want to talk about too much of it on the air. But I mean, at one point, there was this expectation that some guy would be in the room with me, and I was like, "Excuse me,
what? Who's the guy?"
What? I don't want to talk too much about it.
You're like, usually I'm the guy watching them fuck my girl. I don't like the other way.
I remember
I'm the cuck, not you, brother.
What the fuck is this?
If there's gonna be an extra guy in the room, he's gonna be fucking my girl, not the other way around.
I'll do a lot,
Buster,
for this whole experience. But that I remember looking out the window and I said, "Excuse me, you want me to what?
What the fuck is the guy supposed to be doing there?
Making the woman feel better or something? I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Again, I'm still working through it. It's all weird.
Tell him no.
I already did. I was like, that's not happening. So
Tell him fucking no.
There'll be some person in the hallway or something. I don't know.
That's her fucking driver, as they say. I'm quote unquote. I'm guessing her driver will be there to make sure she's good.
Who knows? So that's where that is.
Oh man, John.
It's getting worse and worse.
Getting fucking. Have you seen a picture of this broad yet, or what?
I have, yeah.
How's she look?
Great.
Send me a picture.
All right, I will.
Is it on your phone?
Oh, fine.
Come on, man. Show
All right.
it to me.
All right, fine. Hang on a second.
John, I feel like you just don't be fucking.
What do you like? I'm having these conversations off hours, and then suddenly, hey, Jude, check this out. I don't think you'd like that very much.
I mean, before the show, you know what I mean? Like, send a motherfucker the picture of the chick you finna fuck.
Well, hey.
You're not gonna put your dick in her.
That seems very unlikely.
What's the purpose?
The purpose is to have her apply this thing, and then see what that's all about.
No.
You want a topless
Get
photo?
Charlie on the fucking phone, dog. Like,
What?
you gotta try this shit out. What's the fucking purpose?
No, I understand that. I understand that. By the way, that is an option. Like I said, I don't want to talk about too much of this on the air right now.
Oh, whatever, you pussy.
Fine.
Don't be such a fucking fag. Jesus Christ, dude. All right, so you are gonna try it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on. That's for sure.
Oh my God.
Hey,
if you put it on and end up with a dry dick, you are gonna be the biggest loser. What a lame.
Oh no, that's not true. All right, sorry.
You got the chick? Did you find it?
Yeah, I'm working on it. It'll be there in about 30 seconds. I just need to get into another little portion. I don't do a lot of forwarding of my messages here. I probably shouldn't be doing this.
I probably shouldn't be flirting my messages. This is.
Right.
Oh no. I'm engaged in a criminal activity.
There's no criminal activity.
There is no criminal activity, John. Why are you so fucking paranoid about this shit?
I'm not paranoid about anything.
You act like just because someone would fuck you, they'd have to be a prostitute, and they're clearly not. So,
No.
like, there's just some cool chick that's into you,
She's
man.
just a friend. Friend of a friend.
She's a friend of a friend that's willing to help.
Who likes to have sex.
Dog, I fuck people like ladies unseen.
God, I hope I just sent this to you.
You don't know my number, bro?
No, I do. I was moving quickly and talking to you, and if I'd sent this to somebody, okay, yeah, you got it.
You sending it to me right now?
No, it's already there. It's already there. Jesus.
To my email or to the fucking...
Your phone, text.
Oh, there it goes. All right, let's see this, bro. Let's see. Hey, she ain't got no face.
Yeah, I knew that.
What?
But the rest of it, she looks good.
Why won't you send me your face, John?
I don't
send me your tits.
I don't have her face.
How do you know the rest of her looks good?
I'm taking on faith.
That bitch might look like Jerry Seinfeld in the face.
She's got a pretty...
Well, what's the deal?
Pretty okay body.
With your dick. Her body's great. She got a fucking nice body.
Sure.
She looks like a woman. She looks like she's in her...
She's a little older.
Late 30s or some shit. But she got a nice little fucking... I like what she's got going on there.
See?
Yeah. I like when a girl has a little something on her stomach like she has. I like that shit. Maybe I'll try on that fucking G-cap.
By all means. At this point, you, she, and some guy can...
Dog, you got to fucking boss up and be like, no, dude. Like, Charlie, but this is not what we talked about. We're not going to do this.
No, I understand that. Like I said, we're still in the middle of it.
You too thirsty, man.
What?
You thirsty. You'll take anything. You gonna fucking Uber way the fuck out to Glendora just to have a chick put some shit on your Band-Aid on your dick? Like, what?
Like with most things, when you put it like that, it seems a little strange.
That's like driving all the way out somewhere for someone just to load your gun and you don't even get to shoot it, and then you got to drive home. Does that make sense?
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, off the top of my head. Stand up for yourself, John.
You're going way too far. And again, we're days away from this event, so it was just an initial contact. It's fine. We're fine.
You tell fucking Charlie if it's just gonna be dry dick, then shove it up his ass.
I'm not gonna say that.
Of course you're not.
I'm not gonna say that.
All right then. That was the news with Johnny Pathetic.
Come on.
Yo, John's Big Chin, I just watched it. Yo, they're really fucking going. I hadn't been on their page, on their Instagram page. Follow John's Big Chin for all of the DreamWorks one is probably my favorite they've done in a while. Did you see that one? Did you see
Are
the
you
Dream?
kidding? Did
you see the DreamWorks one, John?
Yeah, I think so. Eventually I see them all because I get these notifications, these tags. I can't even open Instagram anymore.
You wasn't doing shit on that bitch anyway. I don't know what the fuck you was worried about. All right, man, that's the news.
You are checking out the All Out Show with Rude Jude on demand.
That was it. That was the show. That was it. That was the motherfucking show. I want to thank all of y'all for listening, first off. First and foremost, hope you had a nice high time on 420. Alex, the producer. Chris is on the boards. John is a producer and does the news. Keenan is the associate producer and fucking organizes everything in the goddamn office. And Danica is on the phones. My name is Jude Anthony Angelini. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at One More Jude. And if you need to tweet at me, is Rude_Jude on Twitter, at All Out Show on everything else. If you just want to see some pictures from the show and wacky little memes. We're fucking chock full of that shit. John Z. Matthews has one. Chris, what's yours? You got an Instagram?
It's at the Chris Carlin with 2 E's.
That shit better be good.
It's not.
It's not?
No.
You got pictures of loved ones or anything on that bitch?
Oh, yeah, I got my wife on there and everything.
Oh, Chris, are you crazy?
I shouldn't have said that.
You just plugged that shit? Oh.
I got other cool stuff.
What is it? At Chris Carlin?
At the Chris Carlin with it's THEE. Chris
Carlin. Look at you at the Chris Carlin. I got you. Let's see. All right, it's mostly like sports.
A lot of sports. My wife
is hanging out with Ludacris. Oh, and there's the missus. Don't y'all be trying to slide in their DMs, you scummy motherfuckers. I already know y'all cats. I got your back, Chris.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're fucking welcome. All right. So that was the show. Have a good weekend. I'll be back in LA on Monday. Let's get it, boy.